Welcome back to On Air. I'm Theo, and this is Una. We're the main hosts for today, and that is our special guest, Kenzie. The movie we'll be talking about today is the 90s horror phenomenon, Scream. So...
How long is that voice gonna last, Theo?
It's not lasting any more than that.
He's gone.
It's just for the intro.
Gone.
I only ever do it for the intro. It's a special thing I save for the intro. When did you first watch this movie, Kenzie?
Me? Oh, I remember watching it very young, because I remember one of the characters' deaths was absolutely, like, mind-boggling, horrifying. And it was, like, the first movie that
Which one? Which death?
Can I say which death?
Yeah.
Casey Becker. Oh,
Yeah.
by far.
This
Which
podcast is for people who have seen the movies, which
was
was a mistake we made in the last episode, but we're not going to get into that. Okay, and you? Sunday, yeah. Yeah, you hadn't
I'm
seen
not
this
big
movie.
on slasher films, but it was good.
But
Understandable.
I am. So, I don't remember exactly when I first saw this movie, but I liked it. It was good. So, yeah. So, anyway. So.
On a roll.
So. I think this might be the best one yet, guys.
The
And-
podcast or the movie?
No, put your hands like this. It's like a...
This movie stars Neve Campbell as Sydney. And she was in 5 of the 6 Scream films, and she's the final girl for this one, guys. Yep, I keep repeating myself. I'm just gonna drink some water real quick.
That's not a good idea. We know how that always ends.
Okay.
Not on the air, Theo. Come on.
Well, we can't just do inside jokes on the air.
Okay,
No.
for our
Una,
audio
what's your name?
listeners, whenever Theo drinks a liquid, he chokes and then falls on the ground and flails like a fish out of water. So
I wouldn't say
I
flail.
would.
Like
And
I
then you
just
start
saw
like
earlier.
squealing like a pig.
okay, that's for comedic effect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyone watch the Scream series? I sure didn't.
I sure didn't.
I've watched all of them. Like, all of the movies.
I'm a super fan over here.
That wasn't the question.
Wait, what was the question?
The question is whether you've seen the TV show.
I watched some of it. Oh, that was a
And-
really bad voice crack.
Yeah, and
I don't like the plot. I don't like the way... I haven't, like, finished it, like, start to end. I don't like the way, like, they think Ghostface is after the main character. It's kind of dumb, in my opinion.
so to recap, you don't like it.
To recap, I think it's kind of stupid.
Got it.
I'll get back to you when I finish it.
Okay. And for anyone watching, I guess you'll have to come to your own conclusions. Because we're not just coming back on here just to give you thoughts on the show. That's not what we're doing here, guys.
This podcast is... I almost read Trolls because that's the next one.
That's the next one.
Scream from 1996.
Yep.
That's when I was born.
I don't think you should be
I don't
on this
think that's
podcast
right.
with a bunch of teenagers.
No,
Also, I
take.
don't think
It's
that's
a
right
joke,
at all.
Theo. It's okay, Theo.
Mm-hmm.
Bro slash
This is
J.
animation style.
It's just a general...
Yep. I like how this live action movie. I like the animation style in this live action movie. Yep.
I will
Dude, that
say,
one scene,
talking about not animation, but I did really like the camera work. I know it was from the 1990s, and that was like how movies looked then. But I feel like, for instance, Scream 6, I feel like if the original Scream had that type of camera work, it wouldn't.
Like if Wes Craven was still alive and kicking, and he was still directing these movies, I think the plot of Scream 6 was pretty good, and I think it could have been handled, like the directing could have been much better with Wes Craven because he's great. He's
Felt
awesome.
really rushed to me. It didn't feel like slow-paced slasher. Well, I mean, Ghostface isn't slow
Yeah,
slasher,
I do like
but
how
I feel like
we're just gonna mention this one last thing about Scream 6, and then we're gonna talk about the movie that we're
movie.
here to talk about. I like how they made Ghostface more scary and less clumsy. Anyway,
So funny in the first one. He's so
oh yeah,
clumsy.
in the first one, Great Bridge. In the first one, very very funny guy. Well, not I wouldn't say
real funny.
I wouldn't say funny actually, but it's funny how.
It was so funny when he hung that girl from the tree with her telephone thing. Oh my god,
Bro,
I was
I
laughing
was
so
Yo.
hard.
shaking.
I was laughing so much.
When he-
rolling on the floor.
When he absolutely gutted his principal, peak comedy. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna hang your principal?
Theo, I
I
don't
said
think.
gutted.
Theo, don't say that on the air. Come on.
Oh, right,
man.
I forgot.
For
It was
legal reasons, this is a joke. If anyone from my school is watching, I would never do that. I would never do that.
You're gonna get canceled.
Cancel
Cancel Theo.
Cancel Theo trending on Twitter. 2 minutes.
See, like, politicians like, cancel this guy. Cancel this kid. He's gonna murder his principal. That's not nice.
That's no bueno.
I watched it. I was like, wow, this kid's not nice.
Oh my God.
That is a real Debbie Downer right there. Real negative Nancy.
All right, let's talk about this movie.
Yeah.
So off topic.
No, we're doing great. We're doing
on a
great.
roll.
Back to the movie.
Back to the movie. Back to the movie. This is a transition thing. Okay.
Gotta make a remix of that.
Yeah, it's good on that. Anyway, back to the movie, as I said before. Any moments stand out to you? Like specific favorite parts?
I like the part when the lady crawls through the tiny little opening
Oh my God.
in the
Tatum.
van, and then for some reason, Ghostface does the same. Like, why? What's the point of him going through the little opening in the van? Like, he could have walked around, but
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I don't know. It's funny.
That
I don't know
at
if it was
first
intentional,
At
but-
first, I thought you were talking about when
Tatum
The
goes
garage?
through
Tatum
the,
goes
the,
through the
the
garage
cat
door.
door.
That
and
too,
she
but that's more
clearly
understandable.
was fitting through
I was gonna
most
say,
of the
They
time.
they had to I don't want to. I think they had to nail her in because the first time I'm pretty sure she fell out.
Excuse me?
Not nail her in, nail her clothes in. Una.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I was confused.
What is wrong with you?
She could have fit through that door though. Like that was
She
a
did-
very big cat.
That's
gonna
why
say
she
this
fell
on the air,
out.
Jesus style. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that on the air. And
Just did.
no. I leaned away from the microphone.
Watch it get picked up.
Can't wait to watch it. See if it got picked up.
I'm gonna offend so many people if
We're
that.
gonna
if
get
that
canceled
gets
on
it in.
episode
Oh,
3. Come on,
heck,
man.
yeah.
We're trying to make it past 10. That's the goal here, okay?
Once we get 50, we're doing ratatouille.
If we get 50,
Amazing.
we
No, we got it.
spoiler alert, we are doing ratatouille. So
Yay.
We've committed now.
we've committed to doing 50 just so we can do. That's the whole goal of this thing, to do
Yeah,
ratatouille.
once we reach ratatouille, I'm just gonna.
Can I say something that I really loved in the movie?
Please.
I love how it felt like everyone was, because I know Randy at one point he said everybody's a suspect, and I love it because obviously Billy was so weird that it's like, of course it's Billy. Then Stu is a psychopath, so it's like, of course it's Stu. But then Randy's like obsessed with like horror movies, so it's like Randy. I do love the reveal of the two Ghostface though.
Yeah.
It
and
was like,
for people watching it back then, they're like
oh, it was, I
they were
remember the first time I
probably
watched it. I was like,
they were probably like, okay, who's the one killer? But then they're like, it's two.
two. I
Yeah.
will say, when Billy's reveal of Ghostface and he like shot Randy, I thought that was like one of the funniest scenes in the whole movie. And it shouldn't have been because Randy got shot, but it was like really funny. And then I love Stu, like just the walk, and when he says surprise Sydney, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
His Matthew Lillard was so
Matthew
good. in
Lillard
it.
I
was
love
great.
Especially that
Matthew Lillard.
ending chunk. It was amazing.
My
Like,
mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me.
he did like goofy, insane psychopath
I'd say
so well.
It was
Yeah, like I'd say Shaggy from Scooby Doo, mixed with an insane psychopath killer guy.
Now we can tell how he
So
got the part
maybe
of
it-
Shaggy.
Maybe the guy he played in Five Nights at Freddy's, which I have not seen.
wow. I
job.
honestly like
Thank you. I'm very proud of the fact
Yeah.
that I have not seen that
I haven't
movie.
seen it either.
Theo. I feel like Una was talking about the acting towards the end, and I love when they have Sydney in the kitchen and they're like revealing themselves to be the killers. It's like, to me, I feel like if that scene wasn't in there, I wouldn't have loved it as much. I love how they're just pure psychopaths, honestly.
Yeah, and they were like, well, she was like, "Why are you doing this?" And then they were like, "Looks like she wants a motive." And then they were like, "Well, it's scarier if you don't have a motive." And then they immediately give her a motive.
I love Stu's motive, peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Yeah,
Nice.
usually peer pressure leads to alcohol, partying. Nope, this
Not for
one's
Stu
this
Marker.
one's murder.
Not for Stu Marco.
Oh, how quirky and unique of them.
Wow. Our darling boy is all grown up and he's gonna murder someone. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah.
Oh wait, you go.
No, I have nothing to say. I'm
I have a
kinda
lot
just
to say.
sitting
This is
here.
like my favorite movie. I wrote down somewhere. I feel like Nev Campbell's acting, it like really just tied it all together. I feel like there's a bunch of things tie this movie together. But for instance, some people didn't know. Drew Barrymore was supposed to play Sydney. I said this before we started. I feel like the movie would be different if Neve Campbell just was not Sydney. I can't think of it without her.
Can't picture anyone else in the role.
It'd be
they're
honestly like really weird.
there are like a few roles,
Few
like
roles.
in movies. That's like it can't be anyone else but this. Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. That's the one everyone goes to.
I know everyone goes to that one. I feel like Neve Campbell's just one of the big ones for me because I just watch the movie so
She was
much.
awesome.
Probably Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. That's
I like
great.
the bit in the movie when the janitor is dressed as Freddy Krueger. That's cool.
Yeah,
I
and that
loved
actually
that.
actually was Wes Craven, I think.
It was Wes Craven.
Yeah, it
is
was. Yeah, it was the director. So
I loved that little bit.
fun bit, and then the principal gets murdered. Remind me to tell you never to do that on the air. Okay. So, who's your? I think we've already kind of covered this, but who's your favorite character?
Ooh. Wow. Una, do you want to
Me
go
first?
first? Yeah.
I don't
Sure,
even
yeah.
remember the names of them. Kenzie, you go first.
It's right on the list.
It's right there,
I
right
don't know.
there.
I need a minute to think.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll go.
you go in the meantime. Think.
It has to. I'm like really stuck, but actually, I feel like it is Stu. I just love Matthew Lillard's acting doing it. It was just. I feel like, especially when Sydney disappeared and called them on the phone, I feel like that scene was just so funny, and especially like the "I'll be right back." Like when he kept doing that, I thought that was like really funny. It's just
Oh,
something
yeah.
about him where it's like this dude's obviously the killer, and then people were like, no, because it's too obvious, and then it was him. It's like
And the rules for the horror movie scene. That's a
love-
great scene. That really brought all the tropes
Yeah.
I
to
lo-
the mainstream.
that's the thing I wrote down. I love how I know I went off, but I love how they acknowledged other horror movies. Like in the instance in the beginning, the Ghostface made Casey Becker do the game with the horror movies. I love that they mentioned that. It felt more real. For example, like in Friday the 13th, they don't like mention other horror movies, but the
Yeah,
fact
there's
that
the one-
Scream mentioned other horror movies that were around, it felt more realistic.
Because there was one Friday the 13th movie, I think it was the 6th one, that like was goofy and a little self-aware, but not nearly as much as Scream. It was like there was that one scene of the lady who was like, "I've seen enough horror movies to know that any guy in a hockey mask you shouldn't approach him." but they didn't get it, like really specific with it.
Yeah, this one seems kind of like an homage to a lot of other like popular horror franchises. Which
I
think is
love
cool.
it. Because Wes Craven did direct Nightmare on Elm Street, which I forgot about, and I feel terrible about.
I've seen, I think, the first 3 Nightmare movies. I've seen pretty much every Friday movie except for the remake.
He also directed The Hills on Eyes, which was a very shocking movie that I saw when I was like 8, which I don't recommend. I looked at the camera and I did that because I really don't recommend it.
Is it bad or is
I don't want to talk about that right now. It's very bad.
All right.
Back to Una. Una, who's your favorite character?
Okay. I don't remember if he had a name, but I love what's his name? He doesn't have. I just said I don't think he has a name. The camera guy.
Oh my God, Kenny.
Kenny?
Kenny.
I like him.
I
like characters like that where it's like there's a main person and then this other person that just kind of gets dragged into it. And then he dies, and I was so sad.
I love when Gail Weathers yelled, "Kenny, get off my car!" I thought that was very funny, and then he flew off the top of the car. It was so. It's not funny. He's dead.
Yeah, guys, be serious. That's not funny.
I'm sorry.
Don't you dare. You better not. Hey. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You're all horrible people.
You said you. Okay, never mind.
I'm gonna act like Theo wasn't just giggling about it.
Theo, you said you were gonna take your teacher.
Anyway, folks.
Oh my God. On the air.
Calm down.
Nora was great.
It was right into the mic, too.
I'd say. I'd say my favorite character.
I can't, Una. It's okay.
Okay. It's fine. We're good. I'd say my favorite character was Deputy Dewey.
Oh, I love Dewey.
He's in every movie until the 5th one. Spoilers for the 5th Scream movie.
Theo, I'm about to break your heart, but do you know Dewey was originally supposed to die?
In
the original.
I think I probably did. I forgot.
Yeah.
He almost died, right?
He got
He did.
stabbed in the back.
Okay, yeah.
And then he shows up in the next movie with a limp. And then he shows up in the 3rd movie without a limp.
Crazy.
I feel like he should have a double limp in the 3rd movie, so he's just waddling around, and no one ever listens to me. Also, I wasn't alive.
My foot starts to hurt, so I got a limp. You know.
Una got stabbed in the water, guys.
Yeah.
He was always limping.
My bad.
My bad.
So,
On the topic about Dewey, though, I love in movies, especially horror movies, I usually don't like how they portray love storylines. I feel like they always get messed up and then caught in with the horror. But I honestly love how Dewey and Gail's relationship carried throughout all 5. Well, I was gonna say 6, but 5.
Off and on relationship, yeah.
I'm so sorry, off and on. I love how they got engaged in the 3rd one, but like just randomly in the 4th one. I hate that guy. Like that's what it felt like.
No, I think they got engaged.
Maybe
They got engaged in the 3rd one. They were married in the 4th one, and then in the 5th one they were broken up.
yeah, you're right.
And then
I'm so sorry.
Dewey was
I love
living in a
that
trailer, all sad, and then Gail was like doing like a live like a show.
Oh, yeah, I
Honestly,
remember that part so vividly.
Uh-huh.
From the many times.
From the
I've
many
seen that
times
movie.
you've rewatched all the movies. Watched, rewatched. Una's basically obsessed with the Scream movies.
Yeah.
Una,
Like that
She
one
watched
part where the guy screams.
I caught Una watching
The-
it in class like 7 times.
Yeah, the first
As
time
we know
the
by
first
the
time she
many
ever saw it
classes
was
we
when she
have.
was 6, and then she's been obsessed.
Yeah.
And she's tried to kill me a few times. I'll say it.
Says okay, never mind.
Cops are on the way, Una.
Yeah.
This was a trap.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you stabbed me so many times? Payback?
You're not
I-
supposed to mention that. You signed the NDA, Una.
The NDA is crazy.
Moving on.
Did
He was
none of
getting
you take
exposed
notes?
on the internet.
That's crazy.
No.
I honestly, oh my god, guys, this is so funny. Theo, your face.
Who is being red?
No. No. I don't know.
I feel like it
Look
should just.
right up there.
I feel like
I
it
don't
should
wanna-
like
I don't
slowly
wanna.
zoom
I'm
in
not
on your
supposed to.
face.
It shouldn't because my face is fine. It's actually perfect. There's nothing wrong with my face. Actually, it's the most beautiful face in all the world. So
That's my favorite part of Scream. Like the thing we're supposed to be doing a podcast on.
what are you talking about? This podcast is going great so far.
I will
Yeah,
say,
really on
I
topic.
do love Gail's obsession with the book and her fame doing it. Feel like, because then when she actually tried to save Sydney and like save everybody, it felt more nice. Like when she went back to the house even after she could have just escaped to save Sydney, it
Yeah.
was like, well, this girl also punched her in the face, so like
Yeah, the arc, man, her character arc of going from a selfish reporter who's only doing stuff for her own personal gain, even going so far as to flirt with Dewey, to actually falling for him and saving the day.
That's crazy.
Or trying to. The gun was on safety.
she got kicked into like the pillow.
Yeah.
That was
So
really
I
funny.
mean, A for effort, really. I
An
feel
A
like
for effort.
I don't like how I'm gonna go a little off track here, but in the sixth movie, she ended up writing a book on what happened in the about the
I-
events in the fifth movie, and I was like, well, that's out of character. I feel like
I
she
feel
would have
like
learned
that
her
was
lesson
so
by
out
then,
of
but whatever.
character. I totally, it is off topic, but I totally do agree with you. Because then it just made, I forgot the plot. It made like Tara and Sam like pissed at her, and I hated that because I wanted her, especially after Dewey died. I feel like she really would have
Then
not
more
voted a
empathetic,
book.
right? Yeah, because she's also been through it 5 times
Well, six.
at that point.
Six. Oh, well, at that point, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
at that point.
Unless you got
man,
stabbed.
That part made my blood boil.
Oh, no.
Nah. Come on.
Not
be
the- not the
be
Desiree story.
honest. Did it really?
I haven't seen a single one of these movies except for the first one, which I watched on.
Sunday.
Yeah, but how many days ago is that? 6?
Oh my god, it was. That's crazy.
Was it
Yeah.
actually?
I think it was. It's
5,
been,
5, 4. What are you
No,
talking
4
about?
would be Monday.
Okay, then 5.
I think we're supposed to be talking about Scream, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got really off
Not
topic.
how many days
This is
are in
gonna
the
turn
week.
into like a math podcast.
And five
equals
days.
MC squared.
Maybe
5
a
days
Spanish
ago
podcast.
was Thursday, right? No, because it's Friday now. Ugh.
I love how I didn't hear what I said.
Yeah, who are you?
Did you hear what I said? Maybe it's gonna turn into a Spanish podcast.
Don't you dare. If you mention Spanish one more time on this podcast, so help me God,
See,
you will never be on this podcast.
we watched
ever
Puss
again.
in Boots for our first movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Aw.
Dang it.
It's
Dang it.
okay.
All right. Final thoughts. Like, what would you rate this movie out of 5?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Why
that's-
not out of 10?
No, because 5 is what
do
we
it as
do
5.
here.
Okay, well I didn't know. I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't finish the last podcast.
You can
There's 2
do
episodes.
the math, like the math podcast.
The
To
math
see
podcast.
what the rating
that
is
is
if you want to
coming
do it out of
soon,
10.
probably,
Coming
but definitely
soon.
not.
We gotta put an ad after this. The
We're
math
not-
podcast.
Yeah, we're not good enough at math to do
In
that,
textbook.
so.
We're not.
In
Really not.
textbook.
I just honestly, my opinion, because I'm me. I give it a 5 out of 5. Cause Theo,
Sorry.
thanks for taking my opinion so seriously.
I'm laughing at the in textbook thing. Sorry.
No, I think you're laughing at my opinion, Theo. think the camera should zoom in on your face.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
I think it should.
Come on.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the
Oh, I
center of
don't.
attention. I'm not the because Kenzie's giving her opinion, and we value your opinion.
Opinion.
Yep.
Appendix.
We value we value your opinion,
Thank
Kenzie.
you guys. I have a great appendix. I'll have
appendix.
It hasn't burst yet, so
I really hope it does. My mom's burst. I really hope mine doesn't burst. Hope it's not genetic.
why are we talking about
Okay,
the
my thoughts. I give it a 4 out of 5, guys. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like super good. Like, why?
No,
You look so mad. I love it.
What do you give it?
4.5, I'd say, because I
The-
really liked it. It was really good, and I liked how
course
it
you'd
was
say
funny and
That's what they all say.
funny. Okay, and it was scary.
Squirry.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
that's another
you
thing.
gotta
Was
scream.
Oh my god, yes.
okay. I will. Hold on. Give it a second. Fun fact: it was actually originally supposed to be called Scary Movie.
I didn't know
And
that
then they
actually.
made the
and then they made
scary,
the Scary Movie parody.
Scary Movie
which is
parody is,
really
actually
funny.
so funny in my opinion.
A little offensive, but very funny.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant offensive that I thought it was funny, but
No.
it is offensive.
Wow, I can't believe you
Well,
like
you
that.
also didn't let me say how I feel about the movie.
Yeah, that's a
You
good
did.
point.
You said 5 out of 5.
I didn't say why.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, go
Why?
ahead then.
I think it's just a 5 out of 5 because it's also the first horror movie I watched, so it like sparked my dark side. It did. It really did.
Wow, Kenzie's going through an emo phase right now.
Wow. Wait till
Shiver me timbers, guys.
If I'm being
Shaking in my
honest,
boots.
while you were doing it, Puss in Boots. Anyway,
Puss in Boots, my
Poot. While you were doing that, my mind kind of forced me to do the Gangnam Style, and I kind of tapped my microphone. So we're not gonna talk about that, even though I just did. You're not stop doing the Gangnam Style. Save it for afterwards. Anyway,
should end the podcast with that.
yeah, we should.
I know how to do it.
Okay. So, Una, do you want to say what the next movie is? Her opinions are very strong on this one.
I'm scared. I'm really
An
scared.
absolute abomination of a franchise. Trolls is next, so tune in for that because I've got a lot
Just-
to say and I'd like to say.
Okay. Just the first one, to be clear. We're only doing the first one.
I don't think Una can handle.
Stupid
Talking
Two
about
other ones.
all three
Stupid branch.
movies.
Like where you
Oh my
seed a
god.
tree.
Oh my
Shut up.
god.
I think
Stop
it's
it.
Poppy. I feel like it's off topic.
Okay.
Can't wait to be on that next week.
No, Maxwell House is coming.
I'm also coming, Una.
Are you?
Yes, because
Oh.
you know who isn't
You
coming.
gotta say it like Optimus Prime.
know
I'm
who?
coming to
You
the
know, like
podcast.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Voldemort. Harry Potter isn't gonna
Anyway,
be there either.
we're like fresh out of that sweet time. So
You have a minute.
we gotta wrap
Now
it
we
up.
have 58 seconds.
Yeah,
wanna
we're
be
wasting
some
time
real
as we
55,
speak.
54, 53,
Theo, how are you?
52.
Okay, so
Life and death right
yeah,
now.
we like Scream. Trolls is next. And
That was the scream. No, anyway, press
That was
that
the
like and
scream.
subscribe button if you want more content like this. Don't be sure
for
to hit
more-
that
for more great
notification
content.
bell so you get notified whenever we have a
Yeah.
sick new upload.
if you want us to stay on topic, make sure to smash that like button.
we should name
So
this
off
podcast on
topic.
topic.
And,
Stay on topic.
Out of topic.
no, what,
Since we
no,
never-
on topic. We put it right there, and anytime
Oh my
we
god,
look,
we
we'll,
should
it,
get like
it'll be,
water
we'll be
balloons.
reminded.
No, listen, we should get
Anyway.
water balloons above us, and every time we go off topic, someone drops a water balloon on
That
us.
could be our 50th episode.
Oh my
like, we can do the water balloons with Ratatouille. That'd be sick.
Someone throws a water
No, no,
balloon
no,
at
the
you
way
guys
we-
every time we're
The
off
way
topic.
we end the
More
Ratatouille
equipment, though.
episode, the way we
Oh.
end the Ratatouille
Think about
episode is
that.
us going up to the camera and doing that little from that one scene where they're like terrifying.
It just
I'm
ended.
gonna dress up as the cat.
Ooh, anyway, see you next time. Bye.